you want to sell your home in as-is condition, it's literally exactly what it sounds. You look at the house as it is, and that's how you sell it. There is no need for repairs. There is no need for showings. There's no need for inspections. There's no need for cleaning. If you have a house that you inherited and it's just full of newspapers or porcelain dolls, I've seen it, trust me. You don't need to clean it. Like I said, you may have inherited a property that you don't know what to do with it. You might be out of state. You just might not have the bandwidth. If you're working, you have kids, you have time commitments, you can't take care of this property. It's a big job. You don't have the expertise. You don't have the connection. These are all the things that we have and we do every day. That's why it's easier for us to take these things on. Hey everyone, my name is John Cummings and I'm with Dad Life Property Solutions. Today I wanted to go through and talk to you guys about selling your home as is and understand what that means, if it's right for you, and just kind of go over the details of it and how it works in Lehigh Valley. Like I said, I'm with Dad Life Property Solutions. Me and my family, we go all across Lehigh Valley and we fix and flip homes, we renovate homes and rent them. And mostly we're trying to help property owners to sell their properties and solve issues that they have through buying them in as-is condition. Even if we don't think that's the right solution for you, we will tell you and advise you on some paths forward. And that could even include listing on the market, fixing some things up. It really depends on your situation. Now, when does it make sense to sell as? Well, I wanted to give you a prime example. This is a home that we bought as-is condition. And this is in Bethlehem, 386 Johnston Drive in Bethlehem. And the owner, he sold to me as is. And why did he do this? He had this property and his wife had passed away years ago. He held onto the property. He remarried, older individual, and he kind of just let the property sit. There was no mortgage on it. So he owned this for about 37 years. And, he called me up and said, hey, John, I got one of your letters. That's usually how people call me. They get one of my letters and said, I'm thinking about selling my home as is. You want to come check it out? Absolutely. So to me, what I want to know is, why do you want to sell as is, or why do you want to sell in the first place? If you're looking to sell your home and you want to get the absolute most money for your home, I'm probably not going to be the guy you want to work with unless you just want some advice. I am a licensed agent with Better Homes and Gardens Cast Iron Realty. So, I have access to all of the same information that any realtor is going to tell you. I think the difference is that I'm going to tell you exactly what I think, whether you work with me or not. And I can't say the same is going to happen with other agents, or other wholesalers, other investors out there. We like to buy homes the way that we'd like to sell them. I'm going to treat you like, we treat our whole family with honesty and integrity here. We're trying to create win-win situations for all of us. So in this particular scenario, the owner just had repairs that he just did not have the capacity or the time to fix. He's an older individual. His new wife was on him about selling this property for years. Kind of just pushed it off. It was just this weight on his shoulder. He's got to sell this house. And eventually he said, you know what? I'm pulling the trigger. And he decided to give me a call. When I came over, we spoke about it, and you could tell, he has a pain point. So if you're going to sell as is, you have some sort of pain point. So what's the process look like if you want to sell as is? Well, again, similar to what we did with this individual. He gives me a call, says, hey, John, come take a look at my house. When can you come out here? Usually I get back to you within 24 hours. Set up an appointment to come. You will see me, most likely, unless I'm with my family somewhere, but most likely you're going to see me. Come to your house. I'm going to pull up, and we're going to talk, bring you lunch. We could talk over a meal and see what's causing you, your pain point to give me a call, right? There's always some sort of pain point that I want to try and resolve for you. Foreclosure, again, inherited properties. You just don't trust the real estate agent. You don't want to pay a commission. You don't want to pay transfer fees. All those things go in with a traditional sale, not with me. You're going to call me. I'm going to give you a price. I'm going to come walk the property. I'll show you exactly how I'm coming up with my numbers. And then we're going to come up with a price, and then we discuss it. If it doesn't work for you, maybe there's other options. There's a lot of other options on the table than just me throwing a number out to you. And that's not the point of the exercise. The point is to have a discussion and try to solve the problem. That's the whole point of having me come, is to try and help you to solve the problem. And once we have that discussion, I'll typically give you a response right on the spot, or within 24 hours. It's going to be no longer than that. You'll have an answer from me. You tell me yes or no, or we have a further discussion about what else we could do differently. And then we move from there. If the decision is that you don't want to work with us, no problem. So that's absolutely fine. I will absolutely tell you if it doesn't even make sense to work with us. That is a promise. But if it does make sense for you to work with us, then we set up a time for close and we show up to closing, and that's it. We sell the property and you're done with it. You don't have to worry about it anymore. As you can see with this house, we renovated this house. It looks pretty good. It actually went up on the open market a month ago. And, our goal is to provide, good quality housing. We're not going to half-ass any of the work we do. We're going to do it all. We're going to put new windows, new doors, new flooring. We'll rip it down to the studs if we have to. We'll make additions. We'll do whatever we need to do to provide some quality, affordable housing. We really are trying to bang out on the affordability piece here. That's how the process will work if you work with us. One of the things about our area is that it's highly appreciating, and a lot of people don't realize that. But why does that help you as far as selling as is? Why doesn't that just make more sense for you to list with an agent? Well, it really comes down to ease and convenience. Really, even though properties are appreciating, you can still make money selling for cash, right? I want to get rid of this stigma where someone comes in, you're selling as is, and you're selling for cash. That someone's just going to steal your property. That's not the case, especially with us. We're going to show you exactly how we're coming up with our numbers and exactly why we're coming up with those numbers. This is a business, right? We are providing a service. I feel that we are trying to solve problems. And if I can't solve a problem for you, or if I don't think that I'm the right person to solve that problem for you, I will tell you that I am not the person, and I will direct you to the person, or I'll find the person for you that's going to be able to help. Again, that's a promise. We want to buy these homes the way that our family to sell them. It's very important to us that you feel good about working with us. Otherwise, it's just somebody that you don't want to work with, and it's just not a good practice. And I wouldn't feel good about it. My wife wouldn't want me to do it, and it's not a good example for my kids. I have 4 boys that are going to be looking up to me to do the right things, and that's what we're trying to do here at Dad Life Property Solutions. And I hope if you give us a call that you see that and you understand where we're coming from. And I really hope that we can solve a problem for you. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some clarity. We have other videos. We have other walkthroughs of our properties. Check out our website, dadlifepropertysolutions.com. Check out our YouTube channel. There's other videos going over specific situations. If you have something in particular you want to look into further, the best way to figure out if it's right for you is to give me a call. Feel free to give me a call. My number's in the description, or email me, whatever seems right to you. We're going to be putting up a calculator on our website where you could see kind of where you would stand as a cash offer. So you don't even need to talk to me if you don't want to. I like to talk to people. I like to look you in the eye and tell you exactly what I'm doing. I like to shake your hand, get that connection. Give me a call. Tell me what you want for lunch. I'll come see you. We'll discuss over a meal, way that people should these days. And let's get that neighborly connection back. I'm in your neighborhood. I'm right here, local, family oriented, and I want you to trust we're working for you. Okay. Feel free to give me a call, shoot me an email, text, whatever's best for you. Check out our videos and reach out. All right. Thanks for watching, guys.